You know that times are hard when your chama meetings turn into a group therapy session. And in Kenya, one funny thing is that we don't say we are broke. We say that, let me check with my M-Pesa. If somebody says that, just know that person is broke. It's me once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Brian and our channel AG254. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about living large on less. Smart budgeting in Kenyan's economy. So stay tuned and enjoy, because it's a very interesting topic and you never want to miss this one. Times are tough in Kenya. Food, fuel, rent, everything is rising. It's easy to feel like you are just surviving instead of living. But here's the truth. You can still enjoy life, build savings, and live comfortably in this economy. Today I'll share budget hacks, Kenyan stories, common money myths, and practical steps you can take. Plus give you a 30-day challenge to reset your finances. So grab a notebook, pen, because by the end of the episode you'll see that you can live large on less. Let's start with the reality. Everything is expensive, we know. And you also know that everything is expensive as at now in Kenya. Unga is almost past 200. If I'm not wrong, that is the 2 kg. A matatu from Rungai can drain you depending on the time of the day. That is the rush hour and normal times. So rush hour is the peak times. Rent in Nairobi keeps climbing, and electricity tokens are. we all know the thing. But here's the thing. Kenyans are resilient. Mama Mbogas stretch every coin. Youth turn TikTok into income. Families use chamas to stay afloat. We adapt, we hustle, and we survive. That's resilience. That resilience is what budgeting is about. Not living in denial, but planning so that money works for you instead of against you. Budgeting doesn't mean suffering. It means telling your money where to go. For example, on expenditure, things like that, you buy things that are necessary. Yes. So telling your money where to go to, and to be accountable of every shillings that leave your hands. So let us talk first about the 50-30 rule, which we can start with. Okay, 50-30-20 rule, that is, those are in percentages. You find that 100%, then we have 50%, 30%, then 20%. They total up to 100%. So this rule states that 50% of your money, that is monthly, let me say, I don't know the frequency of how you receive your money, but anytime you find money, it's always counted as 100%. So 100%, 50% of what you get, that one, it's advisable to take it to your basic needs. But when I talk about basic needs, I talk about food, rent, clothing, transport. That is the 50%. Then you'll find that we are remaining with 50%. So in the remaining 50%, we also take 30% for wants. That is the lifestyle and fun. You take 30% for the lifestyle and fun, and 20% for savings or investments. No matter what amount you receive, you can still save, even as little as 50 shillings, 100 shillings. It depends on what you get as your salary. Sometimes you find that in Kenya, needs almost reach around 70%, which is okay. The point is always set aside something, even around 50 shillings a day. Yeah. Here are some hacks that actually work. Cook more, eat out less, or order less. That is, you'll find that when you cook more in your house, you'll tend to cut the amount you use to buying food outside by around half. Let's say if you use 30 shilling or 300 shillings, let's say if you use 300 shillings to order food, you'll find that cooking at home will cut almost that amount to half. Okay, I'm using 300 shillings because it's an amount I know many can relate to, but it depends with what you always take, so I won't judge on that. You find that 300 shillings lunch add up to around 10k monthly, which is rent to some people. So you find that if you cook more, let us say this, if you cook more, you'll cut that into almost half. So to mean you'll use around 150 times 30, yeah, probably there. Then shop in bulk. Wholesale markets like Marikiti or Kongowea save thousands compared to supermarkets. So prefer buying things in bulk and storing them. Transport tricks also works here because you'll find that using your own car from your place to the office, you use a lot of fuel. Now, what if you thought about carpooling or using boda bodas? You'll realize that you'll use less as compared to when using your personal car. Cut also extra subscriptions, like you could do the polling also on subscriptions like DSTV, Showmax, Netflix. You could choose one or share with friends. Another one is the circles and chamas. Circles and chamas. They build discipline and open doors to affordable loans. If you know that about circles, then I hope you know and you're going to do more research on that. Because circles really give you that urge of saving. It really pushes you beyond limits to save. And then let us bust some myths I hear every day about budgeting. These are money myths. Okay, the first one I'm going to talk about is that you must earn big to save. No, you don't have to earn big to save. You just have to apply the 50-30-20 rule and save as little. You can even save as little as 50 shillings or 100 shillings. Even that, even 100 shillings daily grows into thousands yearly. So it's something that doesn't really need you to be earning a lot of money. Another myth is that budgeting kills fun. No, budgeting makes fun guilt-free because it's planned. The way I talked about the 30%, which goes to lifestyle and fun. So you'll find that the fun is guilt-free because you had already planned for it. Another myth, that is the third myth, is that everybody has a debt and it is normal. No, debt isn't a badge of honor. Some debt builds assets, but most debt, especially from mobile apps, is toxic. You find that the interest rates are always very high, and even some you find that you don't even finish to pay because as you pay, they keep on adding the amount. The fourth myth is that only banks can grow your money. No. I mentioned chamas and circles. Circles, money markets, and small investments can grow your wealth faster than a saving account in the bank. So be informed. Living large without overspending. Budgeting doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. In fact, it helps you live big or large wisely. Food and fun. Instead of 3k at a restaurant, do a backyard barbecue with friends or families for almost half the cost. Instead of expensive international trips, explore local sites, explore Naivasha, Kisumu, or Savo on a budget. Mitumba is also stylish and very unique and affordable. 200 shillings thrift find can look like a 2K outfit. In fact, if you don't even say you're wearing mitumba, nobody will know because they're always stylish and they're very, very, very nice. So until you say this is mitumba, is when somebody will know. But so you know, mitumba is also stylish and unique and affordable. Money. When talking about money, I find it a topic that really requires more time to discuss because money is about mindset. Many of us overspend trying to keep up with social media lifestyles. That is one. Ask yourself before spending, do I need this or just want it? There is a very big difference between need and want. That's why in the 50, 30, 20% rule, we talk about need being the first one, and now these stylish things or trips, those ones were wants. There are things that you can live without, but the needs are things you can't live without. The things that are there. That question alone can save you thousands. Because do you need it or you just want it? Living large isn't about Gucci, belts, or champagne. It's peace of mind, no debts, and having savings in the bank. Here is your challenge for the next 30 days, and I hope you'll participate well. The first one, track every expense daily. That is one. Two, cut on luxury. Maybe daily takeouts or betting apps. Three, save at least 100 shillings a day. Oh, let me give you, save at least 50 shillings a day. At month end, review your spending. This challenge will open your eyes. It's not about how much you make, it's about how intentional you are. So, here is the takeaway. Yes, life in Kenya is expensive, but with the right hacks, discipline, and mindset, you can still live large on less. I'd love to hear your budgeting hacks. Do you stretch your salary and still enjoy life? Share with me on AG254 down in the comment section. I might feature your story next time. Until then, remember, it's not about how much you earn. It's how well you manage it. Live smart, save consistently, and you will live large on less. That was Brian at AG254. Stay tuned. Until next time.